this takes away some of the importance of, like, if it's, I'm just playing out this year, Eagles Commanders, last game of the season. The winner gets the 1 seed, the loser gets the 5. That game is huge, right? Because the loser's got to go on the road, the whole road to the playoffs.
And the fact that the Commodores were able to do what they were able to do is pretty impressive. But what if the way it was seeded, because that would have changed things, right? Because we were the 2 seed, right? We were the 2 seed last year?
We were the 2 seed.
So, and the Commodores had to go on the road. So that means who would have been the odd man out if they would have did it like they did it last year?
So if you apply what they want to do now,
Tampa wouldn't have had a home game, correct?
Tampa and the Rams were the 3 and 4 seed last year. If they do it the way they're proposing now, Tampa and the Rams would have been the 6 and 7 seeds. They would have gone on the road in the first round.
So the first game would have been for the Commodores in their place.
Yes.
Commodores.
And the Vikings would have been in their place instead of going on the road to the Rams. So the importance of winning the division isn't as much as it is. They're taking that away.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it.
More than if you win your division.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like it, bro.
It was always, when Big Red was the coach, it was always his mantra.
Yes.
To win the division first.
Bingo.
And to your point, if the division wins don't matter,
then why have
the record matters? But it does put more emphasis on having a better record.
Why have a division
so it puts
then?
more emphasis, I would say.
Don't like it.
On the last game of the season, because a lot of times when people got stuff locked up, Joe, they tend to rest people. So if you got a team, say if the Commodores and us at the end of the year we have the same record, that last game matters for the seeding.
Well,
here's my opinion on this.
So let's play it out. Let's say the Eagles and Commanders are both 12 and 4 heading into the last game of the season. They're both going to be high seeds no matter what happens in the game.
So it doesn't matter where you see. But
is it worth the seeding to risk injury in that game?
Because you're battling for the 1 or the 2 or the 1
or
the 2 or the 3 versus
the bye week is big.
You have almost no chance to go all the way.
But I would say this, Kyle and Joe.
Eagles did it, but it's
tough. If it's the way that it used to be, the number 1 seed gets a bye anyway, right? It's still the bye, right? You still get the bye.
Yes.
And it's only 1 bye, right? So that game does matter. If you're playing, you know what I mean?
But it doesn't matter as much as 1 versus 5. 1 versus 2 or 3. The 5 seed means you're on the road basically the whole way.
Here's the deal.
I see what you're saying. I'm looking at
Here's the deal, everybody.
But you're looking at it
if you're,
okay,
it's always about the division. You must win your division if you want to lock in anything.
2 seed or the 7 or the 6, like that's
okay. I don't like this. What if you're in a weak ass division and racking up wins? Right? Then it is what it is.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It doesn't, it's not an issue.
Well,
it is what it is. Why people trying to trade? People trying to.
The Giants went 6 and 10.
People trying to
about the Eagles
change everything.
2017. Like, just be better. Go win games. And like, if you're a 9 and 8 team that wins a division, and you have to go face a 14-win team. That adds like almost a little more. It's another element of competitiveness in that playoff game where the 9 and 8 team is at home, and the team that's supposedly better has to go.
I like that.
Like if you're that much better.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Let me throw one
Hold
more
that thought.
How it would have changed the NFC. If the NFL
Reseeding
the division round based on who had the best record, here's what last year would have looked like: 1 Lions, 2 Eagles, 3 Commanders, 4 Rams. You know what that means? In the second round of the playoffs, the Rams would have went to Detroit. The Commanders would have come here.
Yeah.
Now, you know what that probably means? That probably means, unless you think the Rams were going to go into Detroit and win, which maybe they would have, but if we played out the way they want to plan it now, the Eagles would have played the Commanders in the divisional round, Rams at Lions, which probably means we beat the Commanders here in the second round, and we have to go to Detroit. I don't like this. I
hate it.
Reactionary towards last year. Like
it's bullshit.
It's definitely reactionary, but this is where we are. The fact that we're having these meetings, and the NFL moves pretty swiftly. On all of these things. The fact that they couched the tush push until now, and the fact that they're actually thinking about this. I'll never forget something that Troy told me.
All right, enough of that. Good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. They are talking owners' meetings. Put in the comments, are you for having winning the division mean nothing and you just reseed? My problem with that is, why have divisions then? Take Dallas out of the East, just have an NFC and an AFC. Like fantasy football. Have 2 big divisions and have the top 8 in each, or however many make it. I don't like that at all. You take the rivalry aspect, you take what divisions really mean, it's bullshit. Okay? Shout out to the Eagles for doing what they did last year. It's hard to do. I'm all for getting the number 1 and number 2 getting a bye. Figure it out. If that means adding more playoff teams, figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. They got to figure this shit out. They absolutely got to figure this shit out, because I do not like reseeding and taking division winners out. Speaking of the Commanders are making a lot of waves. Okay? Frankie Luvu has come out and ran his mouth. Good player, but ran his mouth about you got to get rid of the tush push. It's dangerous. Oh, okay, Frankie Luvu. I got you, Frankie. Again, listen, Frankie. It's bullshit. Yeah, now everybody, you can't stop something, so you want to ban it. Now, I don't have a problem banning the tush push, but there's a lot but don't use safety as the reason. I'm not saying I'm advocating for banning the tush push. I think the tush push is done, okay? And some Eagle fans will say, good, that just makes us circle the wagons. Well, again, we could get into the tush push, but it's an argument I don't really wish to have anymore. Honestly, the tush push, anytime you're pushing players, if you want to keep it legal, fine. Then let the kick, like the extra points and the block kicks, let it roll, let it ride. If you're going to allow players to push a player in the back and help momentum, especially with offensive line and defensive linemen who are engaged, and now we're having a player push a running back or a quarterback into that said engaged defensive lineman, or offensive lineman for that matter, but they know the play's coming. I don't really care. I just think it's stupid to ban it because of safety, because there's a lot of things that they do that they could care less about safety. All right, this guy's gonna let me go. All right, big man. All right. So let me know what you think. First and foremost, let me know what you think regarding. Let me know what you think regarding doing away with division winners and reseeding. Again, reseeding, I am not for. There's going to be years where an 8 and 9 team is going to host you, and you are an 11, 12, 13 win team. But because you're in a tough division, okay, because you're in a tough division, I'm going to just stay out here. I don't know why I do this every day. I'm just going to stay out in the middle. Because you're in a tough division, you got to go play them. Okay, you should obviously be the better team, and you could take boot to ass to said team. If it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we talked about it last night. The Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina, that's not a very good division at all. I think it's going to be arguably the worst division. So, if they're 9 and 8 and they win their division, then let's say the Commandos or Dallas or Eagles or a wild card team with 12 wins, one of those teams, you should be able to go into Tampa and win. Stop. So I'm just tired of the soft people these days. But anyway, that's it. Just a little quick video while I went out and grabbed my lunch. So let me know, what's your take on reseeding and doing away with division winners as being the higher seed? And Frankie Luvu, Washington Commander, is worried about safety and wants to ban the tush push. Put in the comments your thought on Frankie Luvu, who I thought was their best free agent move last year, but at the end of the day, that's he should just keep his mouth shut. That's all. Just keep your mouth shut, bro, because you're writing checks. I mean, that's not why that your team gave up 50 against the Eagles, because you couldn't stop the tush push. So maybe don't be so butthurt. Take a breath and just let these rich billion-dollar owners make the rules, because that's what it's going to come down to anyway. They don't need to hear from you.
10 years ago, these markers weren't so purple, but now they're purple. Now they're really, really fucking purple, and it's alarming to me, and it's also enchanting to me to see the deep blue sea inside. This. Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does, why is it doing what it's doing. Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.